Aquila and Priscilla. Aquila and Priscilla were a Christian couple mentioned several times in the New Testament. They are known for their hospitality, their work in ministry, and their partnership with the Apostle Paul. The first mention of Aquila and Priscilla is in Acts 18:1-3, where they are described as Jewish tentmakers who had recently come to Corinth. They had been forced to leave Rome along with all other Jews by a decree from the Roman Emperor Claudius. While in Corinth, they met the Apostle Paul, who was also a tentmaker, and they became close friends. In Acts 18:18-19, we learn that Paul left Corinth and took Aquila and Priscilla with him to Ephesus. There, they began to teach and minister to others. In Acts 18:26, we see Aquila and Priscilla taking aside Apollos, a gifted preacher who only knew about the baptism of John, and explaining to him the way of God more adequately. Their teaching helped Apollos to become even more effective in his preaching. In Romans 16:3-5, Paul sends greetings to Aquila and Priscilla, calling them his fellow workers in Christ Jesus. He thanks them for risking their lives for his sake and for the sake of all the Gentile churches. In 1 Corinthians 16:19, Paul mentions that the church in Corinth sends greetings to Aquila and Priscilla, who had opened their home for the church to meet. Finally, in 2 Timothy 4:19, Paul greets Priscilla and Aquila, mentioning that they were with him in his final days of ministry. This suggests that they remained faithful to Paul and to the gospel throughout their lives. In summary, Aquila and Priscilla were a Christian couple who played an important role in the early Christian church. They were hospitable, worked in ministry, and partnered with the Apostle Paul. Their example serves as an encouragement for all Christians to use their talents and resources to further the gospel and to support fellow believers.